Hi, welcome to News 6 Extra. I am Christopher Heath. It is 12:30 on Tuesday, September the 9th. Thank you for joining us. We have Phil coming through the background with a cake. That's for later. We also have a cookie tasting segment, all sorts of confections and delicious treats. I mean, I got to tell you, Kathleen, this is probably the most edible News 6 Extra we've ever had.
Well, I know. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, we should start incorporating food segments into this, and just get away from the news and just, maybe do a nice souffle one day.
Right.
Turn it into a cooking show.
Just turn it in. Have a little cooking segment.
Right.
Sure.
And, maybe we'll do like News 6 After Dark with like a cocktail segment, like a.
We could.
We could see. We'll see how the bosses like that
we'll
idea.
We'll see how that goes over.
Exactly. All right. Samara is joining us. Hi, Samara.
Hi.
It's a sad day
Weather
today.
time.
I know. Well, that's not why it's a
is.
sad day. It's a sad day because I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is Samara's last day with us. She said, if I have to do News 6 Extra with that so-and-so Christopher Heath, I swear to God, I will quit. And
I did not.
This is what happens.
I did not.
But it is your
Everybody
last day.
knows
And we
who watched Sunday night when
Yeah.
I cried on TV that it was going to be my last week. So, yeah. We're not going to do that today, though. We're not doing
No.
it. I have full-fledged makeup on. I have lashes on. We're not doing that today, okay? We're going to eat cookies.
We are. We are going to eat
gonna talk some
cookies and
weather.
we're going to talk weather and we're going to let you do that. And this is happy time, not sad.
Yes,
So, all right, let's
exactly. You know
get into the
why?
weather. Okay. Yes. Why?
You know why it's so I'm actually happy at this point because we're
Yeah.
not tracking anything in the tropics. We gotta love it. We gotta love it, right? Right now, the tropics are nice and quiet, even as we get ready to approach the peak of hurricane season, which is officially tomorrow. So we love the fact that it is quiet, but that doesn't mean to let your guard down. That means, hey, be ready because, you still have all the way through the end of November. And we do have a tendency to see things pick up the end of September going into October even. So just be ready for that. Be prepared and stay vigilant, of course. We want you to be able to protect yourselves and, of course, your home and your loved ones and everything like that. So again, like I said, we're not out of the woods just yet, folks. Hurricane season is still on and the peak of hurricane season is officially tomorrow. But good news is that it's quiet, but we are dealing with some rain. So as we head into, let me push the space bar here. Like I've never worked this thing before, right? I have. Looking at the radar this afternoon, really not too much action going on, but you'll notice that we have seen a few showers. They're off the coastline right now, downtown Orlando from our Light Orlando camera, delivering hope together. You can see the clouds building up. You could probably feel the mugginess in the air. Temperatures right now are in the mid to lower 80s. And when you factor in the humid air, it makes it feel like the 90s out there. And as we continue to warm up today, we're not going to warm up too much just because of that cloud cover and the rain that we will be experiencing. But it'll still feel like close to the triple digits. So we are in the excessive rain outlook for today for a marginal risk for excessive rainfall. So what we're counting on are more downpours, folks. We're building up a lot of moisture. We still have a lot of moisture in our atmosphere, even with the boundary that is basically stalled over top of us. That's going to be the focal point of our rain heading into even Wednesday. So just be prepared with the rain gear in hand because this is what the rain potential looks like. As we get closer to about 3 o'clock, of course, that's when we really start to see showers and a few thunderstorms fire up. Notice the red here on the map. That indicates some pockets of heavy rain at times. We could be getting those downpours, which could lead to localized flooding. And the reason for that is because we have had, since the weekend, a bunch of rain. And when you add more rain on top of areas that are overly saturated, what are you going to get? Some nuisance flooding. So you will be dealing with areas that have poor drainage. Flooding will continue there. Streets that typically flood, definitely going to happen. But then also when you're driving, because here we go, as we get closer to 5, 6, and 7, we're still dealing with rain on the roadways. So you could be dealing with the ponding. Keep in mind, if you're caught in one of those really heavy downpours when you're driving, you need to pay attention to what's going on. Have both hands on the wheel, of course, as Trooper Steve would say. But the thing is, really be careful because that rain is going to be blinding. It's going to be very, very heavy at times. Now, you'll notice the whole map isn't covered with rain, but at times there will be some pockets where where it does get very, very heavy. And I do believe even as we head into later on tonight by 11 o'clock, we'll still be dealing with maybe some light to moderate rain at times. So we can't completely rule out maybe a pocket of heavy rain or two even later on tonight. But the thing is, as we head into the overnight hours and into early tomorrow morning, things begin to clear out once again, only to ramp up to go into the afternoon where we'll have more unsettled weather. So the thing is, we do have some good news at the end of this forecast. As we look ahead and we're looking into the weekend, okay, there is going to be a front. Yeah, that front is going to allow for some drier air to move into central Florida. And with dew points going down, possibly maybe the 50s, 60s, definitely. We're in the 70s, right? And you can feel that air. It's air you can wear. The lower you go into the 60s and 50s, that's where that air begins to feel very dry. And it almost gives you that little hint of fall. So we could even see some overnight lows maybe in the 50s and 60s. We'll see as we get closer to that, maybe across our northern zones, upper 50s, but we could be dropping into the 60s. And of course, with lower humidity, that is going to feel a lot different compared to a muggy 60 degrees, okay? So yes, there will still be some tropical moisture, as you can see from, I would say, Orlando to the south, but that drier air will be seeping in and really kind of giving us an early taste of fall, I would say. I don't think temperatures are going to be really all that cold. So let's take a look here at as we get to your daytime highs. You'll notice high temperatures will be right around the mid to upper 80s today. Cloud cover and, of course, rain keeping us below the average for this time of year. Typically, we're in the lower 90s. But looking at that 7-day forecast, folks, you'll notice chances today, again, 80% for Wednesday. And then as we head into the weekend, it drops off. That's that front. And then that drier air seeps in, and you'll notice rain chances go down to 30 and 20% as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday of next week. High temperatures will still be in the upper 80s. So it'll be, I think, relatively comfortable. Your overnight lows right now, I would mid to lower 70s and even close to 70 Saturday night. So we'll be watching for some areas to get into those 60s, Chris. It's going to be like almost like a little preview, I would say, of fall. I really love this time of year, especially as we get closer to those fall fronts. But, it's one of those things that it's not exactly fall yet. So something to look forward to, I think. A little change.
A little taste. Yeah, a little taste of fall, a little cooler at night. Yank that humidity down just a nudge. That's the big thing.
It's kind of like at night when you step outside after it's been raining and you feel the coolness in the air briefly. You got to really appreciate that moment because it's something that you don't get too often in summer. And you still feel the humidity, but I think heading into the weekend, we're not going to feel the humidity as much, and people are going to notice that.
The one thing I always notice, and I point this out every time Nazario's on this, and that is anytime the overnight temperature gets below where I set my thermostat, I call that a win. Because that's, give the AC a bit of a break. It's been working very hard this summer.
Right.
So stick around. Cookie tasting is still ahead. So don't go anywhere.
I'm going to do that live.
We will. We'll do it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
All right. Okay. So as Samara mentioned, the weather has been, some of these pockets pop up and you just get, all this rain in one area over a certain amount of time. And, there's only so much that can be done to handle that localized flooding. And a couple areas have gotten hit time and time again over the last couple of days. And it's really starting to add up. Angie Casada went to one neighborhood in Volusia County where, one couple, they were actually during a hurricane had to be evacuated. And now they're looking out and saying it kind of starting to look the same. Here's her report.
Sarah Sweeney knows the sound of heavy rain means trouble. Living on Eddy Lane with her husband Mike and their 5 children, 2 of them with disabilities, the flooding has become unbearable.
I've never seen that before. We started putting everything up in the garage and I was getting the kids prepared to leave, to evacuate. We came out and put this stick here to see, because the water kept coming closer and closer. Water was coming from over there. Wow. It was coming everywhere.
The Sweeney's fears became reality during Hurricane Milton, when floodwaters forced the family to be rescued from their home. It's a moment they never want their children to relive.
Yes, and the kids, oh my gosh, every time it rains they freak out. But we try to stay calm, but it's scary for them.
It's definitely changed the way we live, and we're checking the weather reports like every day, and it's just, you kind of have this constant state of, like, you don't want to be worrying about the future, but you do have a constant like it's always on your mind.
The flooding wasn't just isolated to the Sweeneys. Sleepy Hollow subdivision seen an immense amount of rain. Across Volusia County, a gymnastics center took on water. Streets in East Smyrna flooded. And on Brittany Avenue, cars nearly submerged.
Families like Sarah and Mike say that they're ready for more rain and still waiting for the city to provide a long-term solution. Reporting in Port Orange, I'm your Volusia County community correspondent, Angie Casava, News 6.
And you can hear that generator going in the background throughout the entire report there, kind of indicative of what that family's dealing with. A lot of people dealing with, especially in areas that, are a little more prone to flooding. Again, you get so much rain in such a short time period. There's not a lot of places for that water to go. So certainly hope that Sweeney family and others can dodge a little bit of that rain today and kind of dry out just a little bit. But as Samara mentioned, may not be in the cards, at least for today. All right. Well, if you've ever flown out of Central Florida, MCO, Orlando International Airport, you've obviously noticed there are all sorts of parking options, but knowing where you park is very important. As Mike DeForest, investigative reporter, shows us, one parking lot has caught the eye of at least one person who had their car there and what's going on at this off-site parking lot.
This reddish burgundy pickup truck belongs to Gracie Lightcap.
It makes me angry.
Recently, someone stole her truck from this privately owned parking lot near Orlando International Airport.
It was gone.
Gone. There's nothing there.
Weeks later, authorities recovered the stolen truck more than 1,000 miles away in Texas. A wrecker service sent Lightcap these photos showing the burgundy truck had been repainted white. The theft occurred at Orange MCO parking while Lightcap was on vacation. When she parked her truck here in July, an attendant gave her a piece of paper instructing her to leave keys on the dashboard. The same thing happened to me the day I parked a car there. When I returned to the lot hours later, I saw many other customers' keys lying in plain sight. As expected, our keys were inside the car and it was unlocked. But here's the thing. All these other cars appear to be unlocked as well, with the keys sitting right on the dashboard, including this one here. There doesn't appear to be anything that would stop me from jumping in, say, this car, and then driving out of here. Orange County Sheriff records reveal 5 vehicles were reported stolen from the property in July, including Lightcaps.
At what point do we say, as consumers, enough is enough? This isn't okay ever.
The owner of this parking lot did not respond to my phone calls and emails seeking comment. It appears Orange MCO Parking is experiencing some financial troubles. The company recently filed for bankruptcy, and the landlord here is trying to evict the parking lot company, reportedly because it's failed to pay its rent. Mike DeForest, News 6.
And of course, you can count on Mike to stay on top of that story and follow it as it continues to develop. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with, of course, calls for debt collections, a wild boar, and cookie tasting. See you on the other side. All right, welcome back to News 6 Extra. I am Christopher Heath. One of the things we have seen kind of really post-pandemic has been a surge in debt collections. A lot of people's interest rates on credit cards, short-term loans, other things started to scale up. You know, we saw interest rates creep up a little bit here, a little bit there. Now, a lot of those interest rates that might have been, for credit cards and, 8, 9, 10% have ballooned up to 10, 12, 15, 20%. And other things the same, whether you're talking buying a car or you're talking an unsecured loan. The downside, obviously, when you can't keep up with your bills and those monthly payments start to creep up to the point where it's squeezing you in every direction, the debt collection calls start coming. We're seeing a spike in this. News 6 anchor Matt Austin traces all of this and explains what you can do and what you need to know.
They can be condescending.
April, it's called a telephone. You hold it near your face and you speak into it.
Even threatening.
I am investigating a criminal complaint against you.
The bottom line, debt calls are stressful.
It weighs on your mind day and night. You can't sleep, you can't eat.
Jamie Schaub, a server at the Swan and Dolphin, ended up with $19,000 in debt after having to buy a new air conditioner using credit cards. Then the calls started.
People calling you, but almost harassing you for payments due, and you just don't have the money, and you're like, you can't make it out of thin air.
If you think you're being harassed, then you probably are.
Billy Howard, founder of the consumer protection firm, says harassing calls are illegal in Florida thanks to the Consumer Collections Practices Act. Basically, the law says debt collectors are supposed to be nice to you.
If they're not nice to you, then there's an argument that they're harassing you.
But not all debt collectors are bad. The majority are trying to collect a legitimate debt. And the number of calls have spiked 150% since last year, with the Federal Trade Commission receiving almost 280,000 complaints so far this year.
The average consumer is struggling.
Emmanuel Rivero is Vice President of Operations at Money Management International, a nonprofit that helps people pay down debt.
We're having to put groceries on a credit card. We're having to put gas a lot of times on a credit card.
MMI has seen a large increase in the number of Floridians like Schaub reaching out to them for help.
You just feel like you're sinking and you can't get on top of it.
MMI worked with creditors to reduce her interest rates and find a single monthly payment that fit her budget.
It's a weight lifted off your shoulders. It really is.
Matt Austin, News 6.
And of course, a lot of the resources that are out there, some are through nonprofits, through other organizations, but there are resources out there, especially if you're looking to get your financial house in order and try and get out from underneath crippling debt. There are some good things out there to try and get out there. But, again, with interest rates as high as they are and the economic uncertainty out there, it's doubtful we're going to see a lot of these things improve anytime soon. Okay, so from debt collectors intruding into your life to a wild boar intruding into a home. A 300-pound wild boar smashes its way into a man's home. Reporter Hunter Walterman spoke with the homeowner about the unwelcome visitor.
Every morning, 82-year-old Edward Wells sends a message to his daughter.
I text her to tell her that I'm alive.
Then, with an insurer in one hand, an iPad in the other,
I like jigsaw puzzles.
He settles in for the afternoon. So, when his daughter got a phone call Thursday,
I need to get the hell over there.
She knew something was up.
Life got crazy yesterday.
I thought, oh my God, we're being bombed.
Not a bomb.
Huge.
But one big boar.
Glass. He busted through a whole glass door.
Attacking the dog, Bailey, and then making itself at home.
For about half hour, 45 minutes, the pig just stood there.
Sounds like you guys were in a standoff with the boar.
Oh, hell yeah.
Eventually, so were Lee County deputies.
Gosh.
New body camera video shows deputies face-to-face with the boar.
Easy. Easy. You better stop it.
As deputies tried their best to wrangle it. Again. Whoa! And again.
Good for them guys, man. I wouldn't want to be doing that.
Oh, going to the front.
Before it eventually escaped.
It was a long, crazy afternoon.
After stitches, Bailey is doing just fine. And Ed?
Were you scared?
No.
Really?
No, really. Yeah. For what?
Well, Ed, he's gone back to business as usual.
I do some odds on, too. I like that.
A wild boar in the house. Kathleen, like I saw you had your birthday party for your dog.
I did.
So had that wild boar going after your dog, I would imagine we're talking about one dead wild boar.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to entice violence or like promote violence, but
no,
don't mess with my dog. No way.
Yeah. Especially on her birthday.
I know. The boar would be out of there.
Yeah. Ran right in the. I love the guy. He's like, "Are you worried?" He's like, "Nah, that's fine."
No,
The boar's
right.
just there. I'm glad the dog was okay.
Yeah, the
That
dog's
was
okay,
sad.
but
That
I
was okay.
think his daughter said, it was a crazy day, and I was like, that is a true statement.
Yeah, you get a call from your parents like, "Well, pig in the house." It's like, what?
It's like, wait, what?
That doesn't-
Yeah.
All right. As promised, we are bringing Samara back one last time for News 6 Extra. The cookie
get in
in
the
front of
frame
us. Yeah, you get in the frame there. And I will do product placement. This is the Exploramores. This is the new cookie from our friends over at Girl Scout Cookies. Rocky Road ice cream inspired cookies filled with flavors of chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond cream. Delicious. All right. So that's the aforementioned cookie. Kathleen, you guys try it. I've had one there. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's get an honest
It
review
smells
here.
good.
Let's do
Honest
an
review.
honest review. We
Yeah,
have not tried
yes.
these.
Okay.
I'm just going to let you know ahead of time. I'm a very
Yes.
simple person when it comes to my Girl Scout cookies. I love a good shortbread. Okay.
Ooh, shortbread's a good cookie.
So all the extra, I don't know. I'm going to give it a 2.
Okay. Kathleen?
It's not bad, but it's just kind of like a regular cookie.
Ooh.
I'm not impressed. I give it like a 5 out of 10.
Okay, 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me
Samara's- Yes.
of? It tastes like the Lucky Charms marshmallows.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Not bad, but
Now, listen, for my money,
if you're not trying to eat a bunch of Girl Scout cookies,
yeah.
this is the one I would choose. If you just want to eat one, it's rich. That's why I say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say when it comes to Girl Scout cookies, there is nothing more embarrassing that I have done in my life than going to the freezer and pulling out an entire sleeve of Thin Mints, knowing full well none will be returned to the freezer. That sleeve is one cookie as far as I'm concerned, because they all get frozen together,
Right.
and then by law, they're all one cookie, and then you just
It's all
eat
one.
that up. That's so good.
I agree.
So
But yeah,
good.
it's giving Lucky Charms vibes for me.
Okay, that's fair.
I can see that.
You can
It's
see
not bad. It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's not a bad cookie. It's okay.
not.
In the great pantheon of Girl Scout cookies, it's all right. Thank you to Girl Scout Cookies for
I'm a
bringing
shortbread and Thin Mints girl. So
it. All right. I always
Eat my
listen,
weight in
having done Boy Scouts growing up, Cub Scouts, and then Boy Scouts, and then my sons did Boy Scouts for a while. I always thought it was kind of the Boy Scouts kind of got the short end of the stick, so to speak, on this, because the Girl Scouts have cookies, and we all look forward to Girl Scout cookies year round. And the Boy Scouts, you know what the Boy Scouts have?
Popcorn?
Popcorn. Yeah.
I love
Who's-
popcorn.
Yeah, but who's circling that day on their calendar? No offense to the Boy Scouts, but nobody's like, oh, popcorn day. It's going to be popcorn day. It's a chance to go buy something that I then have to prepare. Like I'm buying a chore at that point.
But it's
I might have to
gourmet
circle that
popcorn.
day.
It's gourmet.
I
What,
might.
what is gourmet popcorn?
I don't know, but that's how they sell me. Every time I see them outside a store, they sell we're selling gourmet
Those Boy
popcorn.
Scouts are gilding the lily. They are.
Is it because of the packaging maybe? Because it comes in a box, doesn't it?
The popcorn? Or the
Yeah,
the
isn't it already
cookies?
popped?
No, it's popcorn
No?
kernels, as I recall.
Who am I thinking
I'll
of?
go
Maybe
f-
I'm thinking of my kids' school stuff that where it comes in the box.
Oh, comes
already done.
pre-popped. Yeah, but the pre-popped
Mhm.
popcorn, like the cheese is good, the caramel one's good, but if you can get like the one that was the poppycock or the Cracker Jacks, where it's got like the peanuts in
Cracker
there.
Jacks, yes.
Now we're
Big Cracker
now
Jack.
we're,
fan.
now we're cooking with gas. So
Yeah.
this has been a good discussion. This has been a good good discussion.
It has.
Samara, we're going to miss you. Thank you so much. You've been a great coworker, good friend, and we all, we're going to be sad.
I love you guys. Thank you so much, and thanks for tolerating me, and all the viewers. I really, really greatly appreciate you for allowing me to come in your home for the last 8 years. So it's been a pleasure. It really, truly has.
If at 12:30 in the future you ever find yourself with nothing to do and you'd like to freelance on the show, the seat is always
Just call
open.
in.
We can bring you in.
Dial in and see if you guys are available for another cookie tasting session.
Right. You're only available for cookie tasting and other assorted confections that we want to send your way. You know what? That's not a bad. There's a dude out there, I think it's Breyers or Dryer's Ice Cream, where he's like their official taster, and he's got like this golden spoon.
is he?
Goes in there like all day and just tastes all the ice cream to make sure. And I'm like, how do you get that job? Like, I don't have the schooling for that.
I didn't even know about that job.
There's a Canadian.
I didn't see that on Indeed.
We're going way off the rails here. There's a Canadian company, and I saw them on one of those How It's Made shows, which are all Canadian shows anyway. So it's obviously, and it's they do ice cream, and so I actually looked them up, and they're out of the Winnipeg area, and I looked at their website, and it's they're hiring, and I was like, ooh. So I went through, and it's retirement and this and that, and then at the very end it says free ice cream, like the job comes with free ice cream, and I'm like, dude.
It's not a benefit you see all that often.
No, we don't include that here at News. We should, but it ain't in the budget. So, anyway,
right.
Okay. Once again, Samara, thank you so much. Thank you for everything, and
Thank
you will be missed. So, and best of luck on all your future endeavors, and keep us posted so we can celebrate with you. Okay. All right. Thank you, of course, to Kath Lee for the wonderful cookie segment, for producing this fantastic show. And thank you for watching. We, of course, break news all the time on clickorlando.com. We'll be on the air today starting at 4 o'clock. Matt Austin, Ginger Gadsden, Lisa Bell's sitting right there. I guarantee you she'll be on TV. And then we'll be back here tomorrow at 12:30 to do this all over again. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow at 12:30. Bye.